Hello and welcome to my video about better UI. My name is Salomon and in this video I want to show you the better text. Here we have a pop-up window, you maybe know it from the last video, and we have a little problem with the text of it. Everything scales fine but the text doesn't. So you see, depending on the resolution, the text appears smaller or bigger. That's because the font size stays always the same. So you see, always 40. So we can change this by making the text better. How we can do it? Just right click the text or click this little wheel symbol here and click make better. Now the text is replaced by a better text. Everything you did before is like before, so you see it's still centered and has still the text header, so everything is as before, but we have a font sizer instead of a fixed font size. The font sizer will make the font size changing depending on the screen size. So here we have a smaller screen size and the font size will also be smaller. And here we have a much bigger screen size and the font size will be greater. So, but it appears like it's very much the same size. We can modify this by setting the clamp values, like it's never smaller than 4 and never bigger than 100 in this case. So if we reduce it, you can see, you can clamp it. And here we have some size modifications. So we can say, okay, it should take the pixel height of the screen into account for calculations, or pixel width, or aspect ratio, or the other inverse aspect ratio. Or if you want to stay at the physical same size, so it really have always like 1 centimeter or 1 inch, then you can scale by DPI. But for me, pixel height is very good. And you can also set the amount of how much it scales here. So if I say make it 0, it will not be affected. It will be like before. And when I make it like 0.5 or something like that, it will be half of that. And 1, of course, is like fully taken into account. You can also mix here. You can say I want DPI and pixel height 50-50, like that. Then yeah, it's hard to explain in this case, but sometimes it's comes in handy if you really want to have not really everything from the screen height, but also from the physical size or something. Okay, but screen height in most cases is enough, or screen width, depending on what you are scaling. So let's do the same for this here. Make it better. And for the text inside the button, make it also better. So let's see. Looks better, doesn't it? All right. Another thing here, what we can do is set the fitting. So in normal text, you can click best fit. That's actually this fitting option, the last one. So it always will grow its size or shrink the size to fit into the box. So I can show it with the header maybe. It's a little bit better to see. So it will fill up the space here. Always. Okay, I'm not sure why. We have clamped. So best fit will use min and max size for clamping also. as you can see here. And yeah, let's do it like stay in bounds again, or sizer only. Sizer only is really only the sizing values, nothing more. So the calculated size of the text. Best fit will shrink or grow it, and the option stay in bounds will use the sizing information, but will shrink the text to stay in the bounds but not make it bigger. So as you can see here in this resolution, we still have some space below. If I make it best fit, okay, we have a little problem with the font in this case. Dynamic fonts sometimes make some visual issues, but it doesn't really matter because during play mode it shouldn't happen. So best fit will grow, stay in bounds won't grow, but if I make it smaller it will shrink. So most of the time this is the best option, because you often want to have the same size on the buttons or whatever, but you also want to make it smaller if it doesn't fit into it, so it doesn't overflow or doesn't be cut off. Yeah, that's actually it. The other options here are basically from the normal text component, so I don't have to explain them. I hope you find this useful and you can use it in your project. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.